Hello everyone, and welcome back as we continue on our journey from bronze to hopefully at least diamond, but maybe masters eventually someday. A long title for a YouTube series, but I think it'll catch on eventually. We're doing this, as a reminder. If you've been watching the series, you know this stuff already, but if this is your first video in the series, I don't know why you're starting in the middle. Perhaps you're in Gold League and you're like, I want to see the part where JaKaTaK gets out of Gold League. Well, and that's the case. You only need to do 4 things as a Zerg player. 4 things mechanically and 1 thing strategically. That's it. Your 4 things are overlords, injecting, creep spread, and making units and drones. Those are your 4 things. Units and drones, making stuff, building units. And mechanically, strategically, you simply have to understand attack, defend, expand. That's it. First drone does a little trick for us. We should have sent the Overlord out already. This is our first game back in a little bit. Didn't play this weekend. Uh-oh.
Welcome to the pack.
Oh, man. Whoa, ES Champ. Ooh. I don't know if you guys know who ES Champ is, but ES Champ is one of the hardworking people who show up all the time whenever you're listening to the Pylon show because they just do so much shit in StarCraft. It's incredible. Thank you. Welcome to the YouTube video recording. Welcome to immortality. You can now say that you've made it. You've been in a JaKaTaK YouTube video. Your name appeared on the screen. That's it. You're StarCraft famous now. Oh my god! And Southern Gamer cheering as well. Incredible. Thank you so much. Appreciate the cheers. They are way louder than the rest of the stream though. I don't know how to affect that. There must be some kind of a volume nodule. Nodule, what have you. Somehow. Yeah, even more than that purple check mark that you have there, yes, champ. You're in JaKaTaK YouTube video, okay? So that's the real stuff. I hope you realize that. I didn't ask for this power, okay? But I feel comfortable in passing off some of it to you. All right, so 19 Overlord. Looks like we built 2 Overlords. That's really unfortunate because we want to be building another Queen right now with that money. But I'm also not going to kill the larva. Larvae are really valuable, especially early on. You can go there, I guess. Southern Gamer wants to know how many YouTube videos he's been in. I don't know. It would be hard to count. A lot at this point. Okay, interesting wall in. Making some units. Let's see what they are. Oh, could see us that whole time. Incredible. Hold position is this button. We don't even have enough for a third. It's 3 minutes. Man, did that one Overlord kill us so much? Oh, it was the lack of inject. Because we should be getting a drone round from the injecting. This seems really exploitable. Do I have enough Overlords? If you're thinking about making an attack, the first thing you should ask yourself is, do I have enough Overlords? Because you don't want to be dealing with Overlords while an epic attack is going on. No, I just want drones. I just want drones. Oh, and a third eventually. Oh, the lateness of this third. I was debating whether I should practice the build once before I, you know, went ahead and screwed everything up. Let's go ahead and get some of our buildings that we need. might need this eventually. I think these are bad decisions. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, we're off the build order. We're off the build order. And there's a stalker attack coming. Okay. Fortunately, we have just the units for a bunch of stalkers. Actually, I think we're just going to hold off on it. Upgrades. So we can build this force of links. So once you know, or once you're pretty sure that an attack is won, then you should go do other stuff. Okay, so he's just continuing to make units that don't do well against Zerglings. He does know how to use hold position. That's an important thing to know. We should have got Overlord speed a very long time ago. Okay, so I feel like Hydras would do really well against these units. So we're going to mix in some Hydras into our army. And we move command past the units, then we surround them. We got to get this around. If these units can be in a choke, they do very well against us. They do much less, they're much less effective.
Metamorphosis complete. Metamorphosis complete.
Oh, this is weird. Our opponent is expanding, so it's a good time to attack. Looks like they're surrendering and building a bunch of defenses. Great. All right, we got him. GG. Very, very rough game. Oh. Jack is in full Bob Ross voice mode. Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. You gotta be 12 and up. That's true. I think it's 13 and up actually with the new YouTube rules. Otherwise, you have to mark your video. Oh no, that's about. It's about marketing to children, basically. It's really nice protections. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of protecting the young minds that are not properly equipped to defend against these advanced sort of psychological attacks, basically. GG Zerg OP, please nerf. Seriously, right? You can definitely tell. It wasn't because they didn't clear my overlord and I could see exactly what they were building all the time. It wasn't because of that. Alright, going against a white tiger. Protoss player. So I forgot this overlord again. I have switched the location of the extractor trick to the more optimal location, which is before the overlord. But as a result, I'm screwing up the rest of my build pretty consistently. And we didn't have the second overlord in place. Actually, we go here. Oh, that overlord got finished a long time ago. Whoops. Okay. Just need a spawning pool. We'll be kind of back on track. Interesting location to walk over to. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see that. But I did see that. Just running a sneaky sneak around. Alright, let's get our third base scouter ready to go. Overlord's back. Let's just check what's going on over here. Actually, you have a better shot checking over there, I found. Let's put back on gas. So about building overlords. Couple of adepts. This is more normal. This is kind of what you expect to see.
Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete.
There's a Stargate. Did that on accident, but it's still a good thing to do, so I'm just gonna let it happen. Oh shit, we didn't add this to the control group. Like something seems to be terribly wrong.
Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis. Our
Alright, let me try this one more time.
under attack.
Build a gas geyser.
Evolution complete.
No! God dang. Build the building. Build this building. And this one. And this one. Also build this building. Oh my god. We're gonna need some macro hatches. Our opponent expands. We attack. Well, we try to attack, but we can't because we don't have supply. Building an army, having supply, they kind of go hand in hand.
Unacceptable command.
Oh god, these oracles have been just chilling here for a long time.
Metamorphosis. Mineral field depleted.
It's like, I can see you wherever you go. I was like, yeah, you're flying over creep. I can see you wherever you go. Ha! Ha!
Unacceptable command.
How many drones do I have? Not enough.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
All right, 2K in the bank. We're still winning games. You're a genius for creating the core. Thank you. I never upgraded since I quit. Then I came back a bit. I always stick with version 1.0. My God, 1.0. Thank you. Ancient adopter of the core. Wait, till now. Wait a minute. Does that mean you're learning version 6? It's a really good one. Out of all the upgrades you've made, I think version 6 is the biggest upgrade. Our opponent expanded. So we built units and attacked. Standing up. Sitting down. Queue times are so short. A platinum player. Ooh. Gotta get ready for that Overlord. It's like right next. People in the chat asking one of the perennial questions, which is, should I upgrade or should I stick with the version I have? I tend to err on the side of, you should just stick to what you have. As good as these upgrades are, it's a lot of work. It's gonna take you about, 30 hours to adjust to the new version. It's a pain in the ass. I know, because I'm in the middle of doing it right now. And generally, it's not worth it. It's worth it for me, because I want to support my product and, not support monetarily, but support as in be able to answer questions for people and that type of thing. So, Overlord on 19. It's the third base checker. Yeah, in most upgrades, things will be completely different. It's going to be like the same or harder than when you first learn the core. There's actually an advantage to it being completely foreign. Okay, we're building an Overlord, we're building an Overlord, we're building an Overlord. Actually, we're going to get a third. We're building an Overlord. What's going on over here? Huh? Okay. Put back in gas now. Next queen. I think the next queen's pretty important. It's easy to miss that next queen. Terran. There is an expansion. The wall begins. As soon as we have 75 gas, we're getting that Overlord speed. We're a little bit late there. Need to add this into the control group. supposed to take 2 gases now. Another queen. Okay, they're all drones.
Metamorphosis complete.
Should be getting double Evo, Roach Warren. Whoops. Oh, you didn't keep going? Oh god, I thought I set the key rally for him to go. Check that shit out. This is an interesting behavior. Free damage. Free damage to the economy. But there's not much there. Oh god. We need to get an overlord over here.
Our forces are under attack.
Alright, so we got some Vikings. Push out overlords.
Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Unacceptable command. Unacceptable command. Metamorphosis complete. The hive cluster is under attack. Evolution complete. Metamorphosis complete.
Okay, so we're gonna need more overlords. We're also gonna need a 4th base, which we've designated to be here.
Mineral field field depleted. Mutation complete.
Alright, so not exactly the max out we were looking for, but a max out nonetheless. We're looking for tanks on the high ground here.
Field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
This force section will come around this way.
Complete.
You're gonna stay over here. And we're gonna kill this tank after the main army comes from this direction.
Are under attack. Mineral field depleted. The hive cluster is under attack. The hive cluster is under attack.
Okay. They're not gonna fight it out. GG.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, maybe they are.
The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they were going for the base trade or not. Went back and forth quite a bit. Still got a lot to work on. Promoted. Moving on up. Very hype. So much war chests. Yeah, man, you're gonna want to look into rapid fire, Frederick. Definitely add that into your layout. I wouldn't learn a whole new layout. I would add rapid fire into your layout. Man, more than 50 off on this Overlord consistently. Oh, I ran out of rally points. Not exactly a 17, 18, 17, but... we do what we can. Alright, let's look for triples, looking for triples. It's bouncing all over the place. Calm down. Now. Being cannon around.
Our forces are under attack.
probably just going to go for one base. We'll let those cannons finish, though. The important thing is we have locations to Nidus.
Cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Get going, bud.
Evolution complete.
GG. And that's it. That's a standard response to a cannon rush. I think. That's my, I should say it. It's my standard response to a cannon rush. If I get cannon rushed, generally speaking, I just drone up, I get to lair, and a roach warren. I drone up on two bases, on one base. Sometimes I can get that extra base on the outside to finish. But if not, if they spend a pylon and 3 cannons, right, at each base, which I think the first base they spent even more than that, and I cancel, then I'm losing 75 minerals and they're losing 450, 550 each, right? So that's just a massive amount of resources that they don't have that I have. So I'm on one base, they're on one base, they spend all their money on things that can't attack me. And so I just relocate away from the cannons, and they don't have anything to deal with it. Sometimes you can just counterattack with lings, but I wasn't in a position to do that. Or I didn't get it to work out. I did notice a little bit on the late side, but the Overlord positioning is what allows that to occur. All right, let's not hit the Q button for a sec. Stand up! Stand up, stretch a bit. This recording is already 41 minutes long. My God. That's not an arm stretch, that's a back stretch. This is an arm stretch. Yes. Yes, of course. Listen to the nearly headless JaKaTaK. The voice of Macro compels you. Build overlords. Build them on time. Don't build 18 overlords at a time like JaKaTaK. That's bad. Don't do that. Don't be bad. done a bit of stretching. Generally try to remember to do the stretching before every game. This is when I realized a cannon rush happened and I pulled Orgers. Interesting. So they had the edge on me economic-wise most of the time. Alright, Protoss. Let's go. Okay, right about 50 late that time. Better than normal. Might be building cannons there. Probably not. Overlord for the third base. Our main Overlord check is coming right up. Alright, we're a little bit late on the hatchery, so it's going to be off a bit. He left a pylon in my base. That's something I would do. Just hope they don't notice it. Then you get to warp in DTs later on. It's pretty great. I think maybe putting back in gas now.
Metamorphosis complete.
Zerglings are generally speaking pretty good against stalkers. It's not always the case, but often it is. Take the rest of our gas. Third base gas. All the gas.
Metamorphosis complete.
Alright, and it looks like ground-based attack mostly. It's a gateway here. One of the basic decisions I'm trying to make right now is drones and units. The other one is if by land or by sea. It's kind of the main. There you are. It's like I know this.
Evolution complete.
I thought I did this. Alright, our opponent is expanding. That's our cue. Build a bunch of overlords. Speed. +1/+1. Make units.
Unacceptable command. Unacceptable command. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted. Metamorphosis complete.
Generally speaking, it's bad to attack when you have money in the bank because that's basically not representing your full power. We'll wait for speed to finish and 1/1 at least. Seems like a smart idea.
Metamorphosis complete.
Let's go.
Mutation. Mineral field depleted.
Got him. Attack, defend, expand, and do your macro mechanics. DTs. Isophene35 to start playing it after years of not. How does Zerg deal with what seems to be constant Protoss cannon rushes? I think I don't know if you missed the cannon rush game I played against, but I think for most folks, like Diamond and below, you just Nidus them. You drone up your base, you protect your main base, you delay them and make them invest in the natural and other locations as much as possible, and you Nidus them. And because they've spent so much money on cannons, when you don't actually fight the cannons but just Nidus past them, even if it's not right into their base, even if it's just past the blockade, then you're in a really great spot. The tricky part, I think, comes when they do the cannon rush and they put production structures there and start making units there too. That can be quite tough. I think, though, Ravagers, for the most part, are your friend. I think it takes about 7 Ravagers to kill a pylon. So that's really... Yeah, you just maximize everything you can do on your base, right? So you have your one base, get all your gases, get 16 workers mining, constantly make queens, you know, get your tech up, and you should come out ahead. Especially because when people are bad at cannon rush and they overcommit to the cannon rush, and that allows you to defeat them at their base. At least that's how it works for me. In the scrub levels of Diamond and below, perhaps it will not work for you. As you're in Twitch chat, I have no doubt that you're a Grandmaster. I've been told that all Twitch chatters are Grandmasters, and so I must act accordingly. Alright, this Overlord's getting closer and closer to being the real timing. Just a Silver One Pleb. Yeah, man. Then you just roach. You get your roach tech and your lair and your one base economy as quickly as possible, and you Nidus the shit out of them. It's pretty great. Yep. It's all about just the basic defend, expand, attack triangle. Just go with that to start. Us is a Terran, not a Protoss. There's a little bit of a lull period here. Oops. This is supposed to be at the third. Two queens. Man, this hatchery's been off so many times now. Two queens. Some lings. We're just gonna cut across over here. Not really too much can be done. Focus on not getting supply blocked. If we had taken off gas, now would be the time to put back on, but we forgot to take off gas. So we're gonna have a late third. And a late creep queen. build defensive force. And we send it to the main.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
We didn't build the Roach Warren.
Metamorphosis.
We may die now.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Or at least losing that third. Actually, we have a lot of links.
Our forces are under attack.
Wow. Did not expect to keep this third.
Evolution complete. Our forces are under attack.
Massive overlord issues.
Our forces are under attack.
Also, we saw a Liberator, so we should probably assume that's going to happen to us. More Ravagers now.
Mutation complete.
We're mining in all of our gases. We didn't get our third gas.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces
Whoa!
are under attack.
The armies went by each other.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Oh! Alright. We got him. Ah, we have some excellent advice in the chat. Long delay between identifying the attack and starting army units. Start the army units first, then build the Roach War and the Evo chambers. Oh, I was already building army units when the Roach War and the Evo chambers got started. I built some more after, but I like went a full round of lengths with all my larvae. Yeah, having a secondary control group is really great. I think one of the best uses for it is to have a little backstab group that's ready to move in whenever whenever the attack moves out, and that'll mess with their attention, and maybe they just miss micro the fight and it does no damage. In the very least, it messes with their attention. Sometimes it does a bunch of damage. Let's go ahead and raid somebody. Obviously we're gonna raid Maynard. Raiding Maynard is my favorite thing to do. Let's go. I should spread the love around. I should, but Maynard's awesome. And, you know, if I'm gonna raid anybody, it's probably gonna be Maynard. Maynard's one of the top. Pretty much anyone from Australia is gonna get the instant raid from me, to be honest. See you soon.